Not everyone wakes up singing in the morning. Let's plug your light in and brighten up your day. And the 25 still valid and inspirational quotes of today that I've selected are from Mr. Sigmund Freud. There is no doubt that the resistance of the conscience and the unconscious ego operates under the sway of the pleasure of principle. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. The intention that man should be happy is not in the plan of creation. We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Where does a thought go when it is forgotten? A woman should soften, but not weaken a man. Experience teaches us that the world is not a nursery. Future ages will produce further great advances in this realm of culture, probably inconceivable now, and will increase man's likeness to a god still more. It is impossible to escape the impression that people commonly use false standards of measurement. He does not believe that does not live according to his belief. Religion is an attempt to get control over the sensory world in which we are placed by means of the wish world, which we have developed inside us as a result of biological and psychological necessities. When making a decision of minor importance, I have always found it advantageous to consider all the pros and cons. Everywhere I go, I find a poet has been there before me. Life as we find it is too hard for us. It brings us too many pains, disappointments, and impossible tasks. Words are capable of arousing the strongest emotions and prompting all men's actions. In the depths of my heart, I can't help being convinced that my dear fellow men, with a few exceptions, are worthless. The ego is not master in its own house. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. The ego refuses to be distressed by the provocations of reality, to let itself be compelled to suffer. In mourning, it is the world which has become poor and empty. In melancholia, it is the ego itself. Every normal person, in fact, is only normal on the average. His ego approximates to that of the psychotic in some part or other, and to a greater or lesser extent. Analysis does not set out to make pathological reactions impossible, but to give the patient's ego freedom to decide one way or the other. Children are completely egotistic. They feel their needs intensely and strive ruthlessly to satisfy them. The repressed is only cut off sharply from the ego by the resistances of repression. It can communicate with the ego through the id.